Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the Charlotte Silverwolves. A quick note: if OBS isn't lying to me, you actually can't hear this, but just in case it changes, there's a storm happening right now. It's raining and storming and thundering and whatnot. So if the microphone picks it up, I apologize. I don't think it will though. Let me adjust my microphone ever so slightly. There, beautiful. In our last episode, we had our best season yet. We were only 10 games under 500, which is light years better than we've done before. Now it's up to us to try to build on this success and try to push us over the 500 mark for the first time. That's my goal for this season. Can we win at least 82 games, excuse me. And we're gonna figure out how to start doing that right now. First things first, let's get our development lab running. Um, Mr. Giacoletto, I think, would most benefit from some sort of offensive skill. I think we're going to make it plate discipline. That always is a good idea to have. Juan Carrasco desperately needs a big ol' shot of plate discipline. Sergio Zapata equally needs something. I'm going to try something a little bit trickier with him. I'm going to try working on his quality of contact. Chris Thompson is already a good defensive shortstop. He's a long ways away from actually being a useful hitter, but we can train him on that. Work on, learn a new position. I'd like you to have second base or third base in your back pocket in case you get lapped by Giacoletto, which seems pretty likely. And then Jimmy Harmon, let's improve one of your secondary pitches, and Joel Dixon will do the same with you. There we go. That's all done. Now let's go ahead and set our coaching staff up. The good news is with so many people leaving, we have basically the right to make this in our own image. Start with an assistant GM. And sure, we'll go with that. Jonathan Casey, what is your deal? You're temperamental. You don't get along great with easygoing people. And I have a feeling that's where we're going to kind of want to lead with this current pattern. Also, speed over power seems kind of stupid to me. You are normal. I think normal is perfectly cromulent, and we can hire him up. A manager. Now, this is going to be an important choice. Um, do I want to promote somebody? Actually, that's an important first question. Is there a manager of elite skills that could be promoted? I am going to promote Nick Bucci, but I'm not going to promote him all the way up to the majors. I will put him in, though, as the new AAA manager. And then everyone else is just going to get filled out, so I'm not going to fuck with that. Okay. We really want easygoing or personable. That's what'll make us the happiest. Let's look at a manager first. I deeply want somebody who's great at developing people. Ideally, somebody that's personable. or better. How would you get along with my current team, Mr. Simons? Pretty damn good. Like, you're not perfect. I wish you had better mechanics, but I still think you're a great choice and you're going to be my new manager. Done. We need to get you a solid bench coach. I'd love somebody easygoing, please, game. You're a pretty good teacher, Mr. De Silva. How? Oh no, you're not easygoing. You get along with easygoing. I think Mike here is a good choice. Let's go ahead and grab him. Your relationships aren't as great, but I think I'm okay with that. Offer contract, bench coach. Yeah. And I just need an incredible teacher, ideally an infielder. Somebody who is legendary teaching the infield. And ideally is easygoing or personable. I mean, Jose Garcia seems like a pretty good choice. Oh, I should filter by third base coach. They may not want to work for me if they don't want to be that. Yeah. I mean, Carlos Hernandez would objectively be a really good coach. Like, he's pretty damn talented. Yeah, let's try to get, where do you go? Let's try to add Carlos Hernandez as a third base coach. Okay. Typhoon's manager. We want mechanics and we want it hard if we can pull it off. I will happily hire James Joyce. Hopefully it doesn't have any weird fart fetishes. Like the real one does. Carlos Vidal would be an amazing choice. And this guy's just sick. So we'll take Dave sick too. There you go. Coaches have been offered. Now let's jump over to arbitration and figure out what we want to do here, if anything. Okay, Paul DeJong can get triple fucked. Like, he is gone. He is departing. We'll never speak of him again. Joey Estes, I think, has enough upside that he's worth keeping around for a year. We're going to give him a bit of the old extendo. The extendo-matic. Andrew Abbott is an above average reliever, and that's all he is, and it's probably all he's ever going to be. Coming off of a pretty bad season. I think his time has gone. I'm going to try to flip him for a prospect real fast. I don't think he's in the right park. Maybe another team will find him more valuable, but I presently do not. You know what? You're not terrible. We'll take you. Cooper Criswell wants a pretty gigantic raise. I don't know why. Like, he's an okay reliever, but to go from 1 million to 3.8 million is ridiculous to me. That is not a luxury I can afford. So Cooper, you're gonna get traded. And I recognize I could just negotiate and try to get him to take a lower salary. But even I think you did have a pretty good season is the problem. If I offered you 2 million, And if you give me at least 60 innings, I throw in another 500 grand. How does this work for you? Yeah, he wants to get paid a huge amount of money. I cannot afford a luxury like that, so I'm gonna non-tender him and wish him well in his future endeavors. Nick Enright we could keep around. He's not terribly thrilling, but he'd have an okay season. I think the thing is, keeping someone just for the sake of keeping them on a team where we're going to have a lot of change anyway just seems silly, so I think I will non-tender him as well. Bo Naylor is getting a raise. That's an easy choice. I think we need Michael Garcia. Oh, but I don't want to overpay him for his one good offensive season. Mm, mm. I really don't want to pay Michael Garcia again for a big sum, but I need to think about it for a second. Matthew Lugo isn't a terrible option at second base. Obviously, if Jacques Leto improves even slightly, he's getting a shot to play shortstop. But for right now, I don't necessarily have a ready-made infielder, which I think requires us to keep Garcia. I think we have to keep Michael Garcia for at least one more season. And then revisit next year to determine if he's somebody we actually want to keep a bit longer. But we take 3.6 million. He will not. We take 4 million. He will. I don't see paying 4 million to Celestino. I truly don't. Yeah, he's not tendered. Later, nerd. I think Stephen Kwan goes too. I think we need to make a clean break of it and give other players opportunities. So I think Mr. Kwan is also departing. I mean, Derek Hill is a really good center fielder. He's really, really good. And I don't think a player with this kind of contact is going to hit 200 normally. So I'm willing to let him stay. Especially given that his raise is so minor. I think this makes good sense. Done. George Valera had the worst year of his career. Just absolutely unremarkable in every sense of the term. The question is, can he bounce back? He's so young. I think we'd be fools not to give him that opportunity. So I think we will. I think we're going to bring him back for one more year. And maybe see if he rebuilds his value a bit. There we go, done. That's a lot of non-tenders, but I think we can easily replace a lot of these guys with either people from the minor leagues or maybe snagging up some cheap dudes in the Rule 5 or even in um, free agency. Okay. Don't you dare power. All right, let's advance some time. Oh, two right. Two right. There we go. Done. Good. am willing to top it. What was I even hiring you for, Mr. Sick? Oh, rookie manager. Yeah, I'm not competing with that. Let's grab this gentleman. I will happily pay you 350 grand. We got our manager. People signing 1-year deals. Coaching staff is mostly filled out. I just need him to sign. This says feuding. Really? Mm, yeah, this is not great. We're gonna have to re envision this maybe next season, but for right now, this is gonna be a challenging coaching staff. Very challenging. Let's go ahead and set this real quick. Nice. All right, on we go. Beautiful. I mean, I'm not winning any awards, I don't think. Maybe a Silver Slugger here or there, but that's probably it. You know what? Fuchiru might have a decent chance of Rookie of the Year. That's about the only award I could maybe see us winning. Yeah. Nice. We're just gonna power on to free agent signings. Brandon Marsh. Done. Like, there's no downside. I'm not gonna keep Stephen Kwan anyway. And Jared Murray isn't terribly thrilling, so yes. Done. Oh, I forgot about Stephen Kwan being a great leader. Um, but yeah, we weren't gonna keep him anyway, so it's fine. All right. I have about $18 million to spend. I have to be very, very judicious with how I spend that money. I can't go nutso. You bastards, you tricked me. You signed into an arbitration deal and then traded him to me. I should have paid closer attention, but I didn't. That's on me. What do we want more than anything in our lives? We want everything. That's what we're looking for. Our biggest natural improvement might come from Giacoletto if he has a nice spring training. Like, he might literally go directly to the major leagues. Um, I'm looking for good value. That's the primary thing that I want in this free agent class. I want good value. Um, What positions are reasonably pleased with? I think third base, catcher, and I think that's it. I think really just those two positions are the two that I'm really feel confident in. I'm fine with Michael Garcia playing second. I have no problem with that. But other than that, I think any other position is going to be about the best fit between quality and expense. We could reunite the Naylor brothers. That is a possibility. Which, what do we eat alive? We eat alive average hitters. Okay. I'm going to offer Josh Naylor a $5 million contract. Because that's what I think he's worth. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to get him to think about it. And maybe come back to him a little bit later on, depending. All right, all players. What do we got? I think AJ Puck for 3 million would stabilize our bullpen in a really meaningful way. I think he's an excellent addition. So we'll go and offer him a 1 year deal. Done. That's not even hard. We could bring in Joe Boyle. I think that's a reasonable expenditure. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. I'm not giving you a rotate. I'm not going to give you a rotation spot. That's not something I'm prepared to offer you right now. When I can get Max Meyer, who's almost as good, I will happily just offer Max Meyer a contract. I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but you will have a chance to really. I guess. Whatever. All right, let's talk position players because this is really where we need to be investing our money intelligently. Um, Jose Caballero isn't bad. Like I could see him muddling through shortstop for a season, and he has enough offensive skills that I think he could perhaps be useful. Mr. Caballero, I will offer you a deal. Even better, it's a minor league deal, which means I can change my mind. I would like a big outfield bat, please. Hmm. I'm willing to give a down career Freddie Freeman an opportunity. Plus, he's a captain. I think that would be a pretty good signing. Let's make that happen. Who are some thumpers that need a new home? Eh... Yeah, I'm not paying Joey Gallo 12 million. Don't be fucking stupid, game. Mm. Mm. Um, I do need outfielders. I need at least one outfielder. You know what? You're in, mate. I'm gonna give you that opportunity to unleash pure thumpage on all of our opponents. And then I think Jorge Polanco. I think we give Mr. Polanco here a contract, and then I think that's probably all the free agent shopping I'm going to do. And we'll fill out the rest of the roster with the Rule 5. I feel pretty strongly that that's going to be a decent choice. How am I doing budget wise? Okay. And yes, I could wear down the player development budget in order to get more cash. Frankly, there's nobody that I really think is worth spending that much extra money on, in my opinion. I could use a starter. Is there any starter looking for a chance to rehabilitate his career? Let me do my bargain shopping here. I think Mackenzie Gore would be a pretty solid choice, potentially. We can give him a shot. Alright, so this basically prices me out of Bo Naylor, but having a decent pitcher is pretty valuable too. No, I don't want you anymore. Fuck you, buddy. Oh, Brandon Marsh. Right. I guess we have to give him a roster spot, don't we? I guess that is required. Eh, I don't really want to give up Jeff Moore, though. I think Jeff Moore actually has a decent bit of upside. Not worth it. I don't think so, mate. He did not succeed. That is very frustrating. That's no bueno. Work on your control, dear sir. You trade somebody for cabbage. What a deal. Mm. I still have a top 10 pick. This is still a chance to add in some pretty decent talent, I believe. I'm pretty sure my pick is at, yeah, it's exactly a 10. That I still feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna ever so slightly just to take some of the pressure off of us. I'm going to reduce our. Why the fuck is my draft budget $30 million? What? Now all of a sudden, $50 million appears out of fucking nowhere. Like, what the hell, game? I think I will go after Josh Naylor then. Like, he is by far the best hitter that is reasonably available, and I think he'd actually make a pretty big deal in improving our team. And 8 million isn't like this is not an unreasonable salary. I think we do it. I think it didn't reset the draft budget. Like if you're picking, first or second overall, then you need a bigger draft budget. But I think 12 million is more than sufficient. Okay, the Mets are giving you something else. I can give you a slight raise. I'm not going to get involved in a bidding war. Not over a reliever. That's ridiculous. I have better things to do with my time than fight to the death over somebody that's isn't really that interested in being here. Who is in the ballot this year? I will vote for Beltran. I vote for Goldie and Bartolo Colon. Really? The people love them some Kenley Jansen, I guess. Okay. Joe Mauer, definitely. McCutcheon, okay. Buster Posey. CC Sabathia. Joey Votto, for sure. I will cast a vote for not Steven Strasburg, Giancarlo Stanton. I do think is worthy. Salvador Perez, potentially. I'll vote for David Price and John Lester. Old pal Corey Kluber. And then I think King Felix is my last pick here. I know this is kind of a random choice, but honestly, I don't expect anybody except for maybe Paul Goldschmidt and maybe CC Sabathia to make it this time around. All right, a bunch of people signed on. Let's make sure the ones that need to be signed on are in fact signed to the correct places. We're going to do this as Christensen. Blop. There you go. One, two, three. I guess I want to keep some of the guys I just signed. I have to pay them, but like if they sign and then instantly go to another team, I don't really care so much. Encarnacion, I'm definitely keeping. That is for certain. Beyond that, because I could just add Caballero. I think we have to skip the Rule 5 draft. I think our bullpen is a little weak, but It's not terrible. It is not a terrible bullpen. I think we're just gonna autocomplete, and if we lose some people that we just signed, we lose some people like Jorge Polanco. Meh. Hey, if you wanted him, you could have fucking taken him. I'm just saying. No, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna sit here and keep paying you more money. No, you can go to hell, AJ. This is just a dumb trade. Like, it's dumb. I like Henry Bolt, but I'm not giving you Tanner Houck for that. I mean, I guess it is offering me payroll relief. That is true. Damn. Henry Bolt is a pretty special defender and power hitter, and I think on a club like ours, he could actually be pretty successful. And he's young. Yeah, I'll take this trade. What if I don't give you any cash, though? No, you would take this trade. Okay, fine. It frees up a fair bit of money this season, and I can now try to grab ourselves a starting pitcher. Alright, pitching ratings. Give me the best stuff. It's AJ Puck. Yeah, that would be pretty stupid. Yoan Adon wouldn't actually be a bad choice. There you go. And I guess I will offer AJ Puck a deal, knowing that he wants to be a starter. I'm more willing to give him a little bit more cash. I don't want Sean Bouchard though, is the problem. He does not interest me in the slightest. I'm sorry? Like, why is that the hill you're going to die on? Oh, I do, don't I? Okay. Yes, yes. Motivational plaque. I kind of just feel like with the way our team is presently constructed, we really need to lean in hard to our power strategy. Like I think that's our ticket to being a successful offensive team is throwing them bombs, yo. We have Josh Naylor now, which is great news. The Naylor brothers are reunited. I'm pretty sure there's a third Naylor too. I think his name is Luke, but I don't remember who he plays for in real life. How the fuck did you injure yourself? You raced your teammate during. Oh my god, dude. This is not the fucking year to be dicking around, my guy. Really? You shithead. I mean, he is really injury prone. I probably dodged a bullet. But still, I wanted another pitcher. Why would I pay $10 million for you? Why would I pay $1 million for you? This doesn't make sense. Clark Schmidt I could get behind potentially. Yeah, we can sign Clark Schmidt. We can offer you $2.8 million and then figure out where people slot in. All right. I have 5.2 million to spend. Oh, Salvazo could actually be. Oh, you are fragile though. I think we go for Uriarte. And I'm just gonna fucking offer you the max and not dick around. Boom. Wow, really? I had no idea he was so popular. I will take that. Happily. There you go. Who got in, if anybody? Goldschmidt and Sabathia with Beltran and Jansen rapidly moving further up. How the hell did Jose Abreu get 2 votes? I mean, fine, but like I don't think he's got a snowball's chance in hell of getting the Hall of Fame in real life. I don't think he makes the ballot. Okay. This is a thoroughly unremarkable rotation and pretty much every definition of the word remarkable, but that's okay. It's fine. I know we need, in order to be successful in the postseason, we need a really great pitching staff. I understand that. But I think we're so far away from making the postseason reliably that I don't think it's a priority right this second. That's just my take on it. I don't think it is an a double one priority to have players of that caliber. Okay. Okay. Giacoletto definitely gets to go to spring training. So do you. So do you. Thomason gets a spring training invite. Omar Reyes does. You all can come along. All right, that's good enough for now. Let's get through spring training and see what happens. No improvement, no improvement, successful. Like we're literally at the point of our team's careers, we're just trying to get players. It doesn't matter what position. All that matters right now is we just get more and more talent and let them sort out amongst each other who the best fits are. Because we're a long ways away from making the postseason, I think. I think we're still at least 2 more years away. Especially if we don't start hitting on some of our younger players. Jacques Leto did get a little bit better. Not a lot better, but a little bit better. Oh, you know what I meant to do? Sorry, game. I'm going to remove the requirement to start Rowdy Telez. He's not that special anymore. None. Play him where and if you wish to play him, but do not feel obligated to start him. Well, that's unfortunate. I think it has to be a really pitching heavy draft. We need to start having. We need to start being able to develop our own pitchers. We didn't be able to start developing our own players. Like, I guess we start with that and then go from there. But one more week, please. Okay, you're out for the season. That's one easy decision to make. Okay. 16 pitchers. I'm only going to play 13 pitchers. Kent Emanuel, you're gone. Ober is gone. No, I don't. I can easily not put him on the 40-man. Don't tell me what I have to or don't have to do. Nope. And then probably Saul Frank goes to the minors as well. No, I'd rather have Saul Frank than Bubic. There you go. And give me a new rotation, please. Really? Mackenzie Gore can't even crack the rotation? That's interesting. I don't hate it, but it's interesting. Where did Bubba Chandler come from? Oh, I traded with him for him at the deadline last year. Okay. It makes sense to me. Okay. That is not a rotation that inspires much confidence in people. I understand that, but it is the rotation we have. Okay, 4 catchers is excessive. Goodbye, Ronald Hernandez. And goodbye, Daniel Cope. I have 4 first basemen, guys. I think Melendez and Sabato are going to go for now. Does anybody want Telez? I've only got him for the rest of this season. I don't think I'm going to keep him anyway. And I kind of want to see what happens if I get a better first baseman. So I wonder what I could get if I flipped him. It looks like I can get something. Brenner Cox is a decent all-around outfielder. I'm not saying he's ever gonna make the major leagues, but he's okay. Juan Santander is fine. Aiden Keenan is a real diamond in the rough, and I think would make a pretty effective reliever, even if he doesn't actually start successfully. Could I get Keenan and Trey Morgan? I wonder. Could I have a crumb of Morgan as well? I will finish one day and see what that does. You're asking mostly for scraps? So yeah, if you want Yanakoni, go for it. Okay. Still gotta free a lot more roster spots, though. Romero to the minors, DeAndrade to the minors. So Omar Reyes is intriguing to me. Um, he's a really good defensive shortstop. I think there's value in that. Thomas into the minors. The question is, do we call up Giacoletto? And I think he needs more seasoning. So I do think Omar Reyes makes the team, but Giacoletto definitely goes to the minors. And then we can sort out what we do with the rest of the infield. Outfielders, I have way too fucking many of them. Um, minors for you. Alcantara is just not that interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and waive him and designate him for assignment. Bolt definitely gets to set. Like, that is one thing I'm happy to agree to, is that Bolt stays. Dame Myers is uninteresting. Um... Victor Mesa Jr. doesn't really move cut the mustard for me. So I got 3 more outfielders, which is very reasonable. I think Hector Rodriguez to the minors, for sure. 2 more gotta go. Um... Let's send Bolt to the mine. No, Derek Hill goes to the minors, I think. Because Bolt can handle center. So we'll do that. And then 1 more player's gotta go. I wish I didn't have Jaime Candelario anymore. This was a mistake. Does anybody want Candelario? No, nobody wants him? Okay. What if I ate his entire salary? Because it's a fairly small sum, and if I can get a decent player for it, no, nobody wants him. I could just cut him. I think we do. Pay it now just to get it off of our books. And that is your opening day roster. Um, I still have enough in-season money that if I want to get squirrely, I can potentially either try to sign somebody we've already got or something to that effect. So we have some options here. I wouldn't mind giving Joe Ryan another year or 2, but I think that would be it. And I don't know that I want to do it when I could just offer him a qual. Oh, I can't get compensation for him for some reason. Interesting. Okay, we'll figure it out. Are we a better team than we were last season? I mean, kind of by default, we have to be. Like, we've made some genuine improvements to this lineup and this roster that I think will pay some dividends. We're also a super old team. And yeah, I think Jacques Leto is going to make the team out of the spring training next year, though. I feel pretty confident that that's going to happen, unless something terrible happens this year. Might even make the Major League roster this year. That part I'm not as sure about, but yeah. What about our Super young prospects. Are they anywhere near the bigs? Not really. We take a look at our prospect pipeline. Number one prospect in the major leagues is Charlotte's is Giacoletto. Of course it is. They're all ways away, which is disappointing. Like we've got some decent high value prospects, but they're all very far away from the major leagues. So that is a thing we're going to have to deal with. We need more high minors types, I figure. Are there any high potential guys that just need a job? All players, please. Honestly, even 1.8 million for Celestino is a bit of a ripoff. If I'm being honest with you. Mm. Mm. Okay. I feel like right now we're kind of shuffling around deck chairs on the Titanic. We're not actually getting significantly better. But that's mostly because there haven't been good free agents. Like, there's something where everyone's just keeping all their best players, which means the big time guys aren't hitting free agency. So that is a thing that we're going to have to. They're going to have to deal with as season comes along. Really, Sam Connors, what's so special about you? You are inferior to Giacoletto in every way. I hope your butt falls off. Okay? Just plop onto the ground. No more butt. Who is new to this team this year? Josh Naylor, Freddie Freeman, Brandon Marsh, and Omar Reyes. Of these names, the only one I'm reasonably confident is sticking around is Reyes. And even then, he's going to be on somewhat shaky ground. He's certainly not guaranteed to have a big role on this team. That's a certainty. Especially with Giacoletto. If Giacoletto improves, Reyes is probably gone. But for now, I'll settle for having a good on base guy that plays shortstop really, really well. I think that's pretty reasonable. Rotation wise, it's mostly last year stuff with the addition of Max Meyer and Clark Schmidt, both of whom were free agents and acquired at a fairly cheap rate. Um, we don't have a big name starter other than Joe Ryan, so we might have to re-sign him potentially. We'll have to think about that. Our bullpen probably got the single biggest changeover with the additions of Mackenzie Gore and Yohan Adon. Plus old friends like Aaron Ashby and Andrew Saalfrank and Joey Cantillo. So it's going to be an interesting season. Can we get around 500? I think we probably can. I don't think that's an unfair thing to ask. But I don't see us making the playoffs unless one or more players plays out of their mind or Giacoletto dominates in AAA and gets called up to the majors this year. Giacoletto could be a difference maker in a way that nobody else in my organization is at the moment. Um, I would also add, by the way, to the difference maker category, Zapata and Carrasco. Both of them are very far away from the major leagues, though. They're very far away. If one or both of them pans out, then fantastic. We've got ourselves two incredible outfielders. They're at least 3 years away, in my opinion. Maybe two if things go really, really well, but probably three. The one thing I really lack right now is somebody to turn into a lottery ticket. Joy Ryan might be that guy. He might be that guy. I don't know though. We've got a good defense, and I think that can't be understated. Is that we have a pretty competent defense, up and down, especially up the middle. So we'll see what happens going forward. That's for this episode, though. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please remember to give it a like or subscribe. Comment down below. Share your thoughts on the Silver Wolves. If we can make the postseason, we can't, but we could maybe. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you